This could be the real deal, boys. Let's do it.
Welcome to the Week 4 edition of the Reggie and Jerome Podcast. I am here with my guys, Sammy C.
Yo.
J.A., what's happening?
What it do, baby?
You know what it is. We talk again this week about another Birds victory? Question mark? We do this every week. We talk about the Birds and we recap what happened the week before. We move forward to the week that's going to be coming up. But first, before we do that, as we always do, we're going to take our shots. Gentlemen.
Go Birds.
Go Birds. All right. So this game was an absolutely different than the week before, but in reverse. Last week, we got it together in the second half. This week, we got it together in the first half. Didn't really do much of nothing in the second half. So that's why we're calling this What the Fuck 2.0. We still don't really know what's going on. Fellas, first thoughts on what you saw from the Birds in Game 4 against the Buccaneers. Sammy, we'll start it with you.
Okay. I loved the way that we started the game. I mean, came out, stopped the Buccaneers right off the bat, blocked the punt, returned it for a touchdown by Sidney Brown. Came back out, got another stop, scored another touchdown, drove down the field, scored another touchdown. I was like, oh, shit, okay. Well, we led off from what we're in week 3, how we didn't start the first half very well, and then the second half, we blew up. And I was like, all right, this looks good. We're getting to halftime. We have a big lead. All right, let's go. As soon as we get out of halftime, let's, keep the foot on the pedal and keep going. And that shit just went downhill after that.
That's an understatement.
I don't know what the fuck happened, but that's why it's called What the Fuck. Because, I mean, we all watched the game together this Sunday, but
yeah, man.
I really, really don't know what happened. I mean, I kind of do. We'll get into that a little bit later, but I didn't like it. I didn't like it. If they would have started the second half the way that they started the first half and the second half from week 3, they weren't touching us. The Buccaneers were not going to score as many points that they did.
J.A.?
So I missed the first quarter and a half of the game, and it seems to me I missed the best quarter and a half of football because I was over there playing.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I was over there playing ball with my boys. Shout out my gentleman over there, O's Cuts. But to see two totally different sides of a ball game, it's getting aggravating. I don't know what the fuck is up with Mr. KP, Kevin Patullo. But God damn it, can I get 4 quarters of continuous football with the offense firing on all cylinders? It's getting very fucking stale, very fucking fast. It's predictable. Super fucking predictable. To the point where you had the Bucs DBs running the routes for the wide receivers. That shit can't happen. I don't know what needs to change because I'm not in those meetings. I don't know who's calling what, but something needs to change.
So, a question I'll throw out to both of you. Obviously, we watched what happened the week before, and we obviously talked about that in the previous pod, and we had thoughts about what may or may not have happened the week before. This week should have been more of the same as far as I was talking to your pop about the word innovation, but we were joking about it. And what we saw in a lot of the drives, some of what you missed in the first half was we saw plays we never saw before.
Exactly.
In the first half. And I'm sure, like you, it gave you hope. Like, oh,
yeah, we
got it.
We were both sitting right next to each other. We were
Yeah.
like, oh shit.
I've never seen that before.
When you line up, no running back, 4 out wide on one side, and you throw Jalen Hurts calls hike and does a little toss play to Goddard, and the 3 other they blocked, and I was like, what the fuck is this?
This is new.
It kind of looked like it reminded me of the Kansas City Chiefs on how they do the little tight end, little flick.
Yes.
But it was different. It caught the defense way off guard.
Caught us off guard.
That's the shit that, caught our attention. And we're like, okay, that shit just got our hopes up, though.
Yeah, because after even the whole fake tush push thing.
Yeah.
We've been calling for that for forever. And they decided to break it out against the Buccaneers in week 4.
Yeah.
Which showed me, it was like, okay, they're throwing a little bit of a kitchen sink game at these guys, which is cool. We have these weapons. Let's use these weapons. And then in the second half, it was just hand the ball off to Saquon.
See what he does.
It was almost like they were trying to run the clock out.
Kind of, yeah.
The entire second half.
Because we were up by so much.
This is weird. Yeah, like, you still got to play.
Saquon got tackled and immediately grabbed for his ankle. Granted, they tried to take him out of the game. But why on fucking God's green earth would you call a run play to give it to the guy who just was hobbling as he got up?
I mean, you are right, because you got 2 other running backs. You got A.J. Dillon and Will Shipley.
And granted, he waved them off. There's no doubt Saquon waved them off.
He did wave them off.
But be fucking smart. Give the man a fucking breather. He just got his ankle rolled up on. Tough son of a bitch, but yeah, I just don't understand.
At that point, you just run somebody out there. He's got to leave the field. You just run Shipley or Dillon out there and like, oh, we're giving you a blow. You know what I mean? I know he probably has the, he probably has the autonomy to be like, you know what, nah, I'm good. But at some point, you got to save him from himself.
But my thing is, what the fuck was Patullo doing at the second half? That's the thing I don't understand. He started off hot, like I just said, but then he went back to the same, it looked like he went back to the same scheme that he had in week 3.
Oh, he ran the same run play.
Well, yeah, that's why Barkley fucking averaged 2.3 yards a game.
Back to back. Didn't change a fucking thing. From the pre-snap motion to where the run was being ran. Back-to-back plays.
I know exactly what play and drive you're talking about. You're absolutely right. He did. You do that, that's kind of making my point. You do that when you're trying to run clock. When you don't care where the play is going. These guys are professionals on the other side. Like, they kind of know, oh, shit, you didn't change anything. You didn't change the formation. You might have changed where you wanted the run to go, like from one guy to the other, but it's pretty much the same thing. I too don't understand. It made absolutely no sense to me. I think that one of the things that happens when you're play calling the game is you get into a rhythm. And they haven't gotten into a complete rhythm, play calling wise, for an entire game. Sometimes it's a drive. Sometimes it's a quarter. In this case and last week's case, it was a half. I would rather it be you get into a rhythm in the first quarter or second quarter and then maybe take a little bit of a step back. But the drop off is drastic from one to the other. I never watched a football game where a quarterback didn't complete a pass in a half. I just never seen it. You know what I mean? So that leads me to believe that there's clearly more they need to work out. People try to say, oh, well, they didn't have it figured out in the first 4 games last year, which is bullshit. There were a few games where they were missing people and didn't have it figured out, but they looked fine in the Green Bay game. Opening game of the season, they looked fine.
Oh, yeah.
We watched that game together, and we all were like, this is what we were hoping when we got Saquon. This is
Hell
what
yeah.
well, these are the weapons we thought we had. This is it. If they can just do this, we're good. Now, mind you, it's in another part, so I'm going to talk about it now anyway. They're 4-0. We want to see them do better because we know that they can do better. So we, as Eagles fans, we complain about it because we know what this team is capable of. Full disclosure, the Eagles have not played a B+ game this year. They're beating teams with their C+ game, honestly, because we know if they play their A game, nobody in the league can beat them. They're beating teams with C+ shit.
C+ from their defense, though. Their offense, yes, they score, but
We're not 4-0 if it's not for the defense.
that's. What
I
I'm
think the
saying.
defense
That's
might
what
be a
I'm
B+.
saying. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
yeah.
Is we
don't
won.
We don't win a
I
game.
would say at least 4 of the first 4 games because of our defense.
Oh, we don't win this game last week without the defense.
Just shout out to Vic Fangio for being here and not wanting to go anywhere
And we got the
else.
2 best corners in the fucking
He's-
league, bro.
He's
Yeah, I don't think that's even a question.
Quenyon and
Yeah, it's
Duke.
not even-
Vic Fangio has unlocked the best version of each player on defense, and I love it.
He really has.
Makuba struggled this past week. I'm not gonna lie, but
Speaking of, yeah,
We'll get
you're
to
absolutely
that.
right. Yeah, you're absolutely right as far as
I'm not gonna rookie. I can give a little grace.
Sorry, the other rookie stepped up though.
I can give a little grace,
absolutely.
but that one, what was that, a 70-yard touchdown? That one's inexcusable. You got a guy running right at you. What clicked in your head to try and cover the out route? I have no idea, but
When the out route was covered, by the way,
yeah, right.
which
Scheme to be covered.
scheme to be covered. Yeah, that's what I don't know if again, rookie, got to give him some grace, and although I do say he's a rookie, and you got to give him some grace. He's been playing safety at a high level, even in college for a while.
There's
There's
certain
certain things don't let the guy get behind you. They call you a safety for a reason. They all make mistakes, but they call you a safety for a reason. Which brings us, and that segues into our tweet of the week. Sammy, read the tweet of the week. I want to comment on this. And this is from, who is this from?
Skip Bayless.
Skip Bayless. Go ahead.
Baker Mayfield played well enough to win that game. Bucks gave the Eagles 2 easy touchdowns. Baker's receivers dropped too many key passes. Baker's 1 interception was tipped into a red zone turnover.
How many points did the Buccaneers score? What was the final score of the game?
31-25.
Okay. That tweet is bullshit, by the way. The Eagles defense outplayed the Buccaneers completely. We gave them 2 touchdowns.
The one to Bucky Irving
The one to Bucky Irving
and the one
and the one,
to Igbuka.
yes, that's 14 points right there that we gave them. That game shouldn't have been that close.
Nowhere's close.
Nowhere close to that. The Eagles dominated a team that was undefeated and didn't throw a pass in the second half.
Didn't complete a pass.
They cleared a pass in the second half. That is what is so infuriating about the Birds, because I think they got the one side of the ball figured out. I think Vic got them boys pretty much right where he needs to have them. Barring any injuries or anything like that, I think they're going to be all right. Again, I think people try to make the same comparison to last year, but they had guys hurt. They struggled a little bit in the first 4 games. But then after that, it was a wrap. I say all that to say, and I was bringing this point up about us and our complaining. A guy I worked with, he told me, he said, I hear you guys all the time. And he said, you know what the Eagles are? He says, they're Thanos. And I was like, what? He was like, yeah, they're Thanos. He's like, you guys on the outside can't see it because you're in it. He says, but at one point in the game, they always get that last Infinity Stone. And they're inevitable. It's very hard to beat them. Look how they're playing and teams still can't beat them. But that's not going to stop us from complaining about what they should or what they could be, because
they could be a whole hell of a lot better.
And the clock is ticking, because at one of these games, it might be in week 5 against the Giants. It might be in the NFC Championship game. If you don't turn that shit around, the clock going to tick and it's going to run out, and we ain't going to have it.
Week 6. Sorry.
The one time this guy decides to be the stats and information guy.
Week 5 is next week.
Week 5
is week coming up against the Broncos.
Okay.
We'll get to that later.
Blame the shot. Yeah, we'll get to that later.
But going back to the Skip Bayless dumbass tweet.
Very dumb.
I got something to say. Just like you said, defense gave up 14 points on 2 touchdowns, right? Baker Mayfield really didn't beat us just because he threw those 2 passes for touchdowns.
Broken plays, both of them.
Exactly. Their fucking kicker had 9 points. Do the math. They're only missing 2 other points. And I'm pretty sure they went for a 2-point conversion, didn't they?
Yeah.
So, come on. You can't say that he fucking... Whatever. Dumbass tweet.
It's Skip Bayless. It's Skip Bayless, bro.
Yeah. I was leery about even bringing
No, it's
up.
okay. Thank God you did, because
it just made no sense, because he's not the only person that has said that. The Bucs are right there. They're right there with the Birds. Honestly, outside of Mike Evans not being there, I can't really see it. And Joe, you brought it up. And even on the broken play, when they're in zone, I later found out that the reason why they were in zone on the broken play that Ibuka scored on was because they were trying to save Quenya. Game's getting hot, 3rd, 4th quarter, and I get that. But when our best corner was on him, that shit wasn't happening. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because he went to the out route. He should have been on Mbuka.
Yeah, because he was playing zone. Mm-hmm. So he's just like, I got this area covered right here. Normally, he would have been on it.
Yeah, because I think he picked up Bucky Irving, I think it was, in the out route.
And Reed Blankenship still almost saved that play. He was
he was close.
Hair off.
Yeah, he was a hair off. So, yeah, we kind of got to the should we be playing a part right now, but we had to hit on it because we were we were talking about it. Next topic, we recapped the game, and we've recapped a lot of it already. So we talk about what stood out to us, what we liked, what we didn't like. We already kind of talked about what stood out to us.
I could tell you, because I know I'm going to start this shit off like I always do.
We're going to start off with Sammy now. We don't even really have to go crazy on what stood out to us, but if something stood out to you, you can say it.
Nothing really. I mean, I guess the first half, I could say for the Eagles.
Stood out to you?
Stood out to me.
Okay.
What didn't, which I disliked. We're saying that too?
No. What did you like about what you saw?
What I liked?
In the game?
I liked how in the first half, Jalen Hurts was able to get everybody involved.
Good point.
Get everybody involved.
I said that last week, and we need to use 88 and get a notification while I'm playing the game. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm here all night. No, so the way that he was just able to spread the ball to everybody. I mean, you had Dallas Goedert, had 2 touchdowns. Wasn't expecting that.
Mm-hmm.
A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. I mean, everybody. John Mechie had a catch.
There was a Mechie sighting, I know.
Yeah. It was just.
That was Dante Stallworth, but good.
And then, I mean, the defense, too. The defense, they stood out to me. I mean, shit. We held them. I forget what the score was exactly from, going into halftime, I should say. What was it?
I know they were up by 19, I think.
24 to 6.
Yeah, okay. I knew it was something like that, 18 and 19 they were up by.
So that's what really stood out to me. How you can come out of the gates against a team that we never beat at their house, and we come out 24 to 6 at halftime. That stood out to me.
Crazy.
So, but whoever else wants to go.
Joey, what stood out to you?
defense. I mean,
Jerry, I'm cutting you off right here. No, I'm kidding.
You beat me to it. I was about to do it. Go ahead, Jordan.
Quinyon Mitchell, I think everybody's saying it.
Dog.
He played his best game in the NFL to date, and he's had some good ones. Just absolute Quinyanimo Bay.
Former Eagle Asante Samuel came out today and said that he is the best corner in the league right now.
I take it.
I take it too.
That's some. Well, we're gonna see this upcoming week. Quinyon
Yeah,
versus PS2.
You know,
I love Patrick Surtain.
That's my shit right there. I'm gonna be watching the all 22s of that, in the morning when I wake up because I love good corner play, and those are two of the best. So
that's high praise from a great cornerback himself.
Absolutely.
But yeah, Quinyon, man, I don't know how he ended up in our hands, but I'm glad he did. As long as he's on that field, I'm not worried.
No, and that's a good point.
Yeah.
Right there, because Quinyon saved that game defensively. Even though they didn't have Mike Evans, you still have a very talented rookie wide receiver.
Oh, yeah, he's good, man.
And if you take the 101 yards that he had receiving with the 77-yard touchdown that wasn't even on Quinyon held him to 24 yards.
Yeah.
Three receptions.
Otherworldly, yeah.
Yeah, man, he's playing at such a high level.
Bro, 3 receptions, 24 yards. That's it. Other than the 77-yarder, which wasn't even on him.
Yeah.
And you don't even know if those receptions were on him. They could have been.
Cooper DeJean.
Right.
It could have been anybody.
Could have been in his zone.
Or Ringo. Holy shit, we seen Ringo out there.
Shout out Keely.
He didn't play terrible. He didn't play terrible.
He still needs to learn how to tackle.
Yeah.
I mean,
because we both
okay. Let me hold on. Let me preface that he didn't cover terribly.
Okay,
he's a horrible tackler.
Yeah,
Vic, holla at that boy, man. Get tackling dummies drill something.
I'll take if I had to make a trade off. I'd take that trade off.
Yeah, me too.
Because if you're covered, you can't catch.
This is true. Somebody said to me that I think it was I said it to somebody. I said to my buddy Paul. I said, if you switch Keely Ringo and Quinyon Mitchell and you send Keely to Toledo and Quinyon's in Alabama, we don't get him. The only reason why he falls to us is because he went to Toledo. Only reason why.
And I said it was Saban wanted him. He reached out to him and said, leave Toledo, come to Alabama. And Quinyon, being the guy that he is, he said, no, Toledo got me first, and this is where I'm staying.
Shout out to him. Boy, I tell you.
I'm sorry.
It worked out in our favor.
I'm sorry. The stats and analysts, you guys are both wrong, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Georgia.
That's right. That's right. Georgia. That's right, yeah.
College football fiend over here.
Georgia,
Saban still wanted him in
No, you're
Alabama.
right.
But you're right. I'm sorry, Sam.
No, where does this guy get off?
I don't know, man. You know what I mean? But I'm thankful we have him.
I just love football.
He keeps us straight. I'm thankful we have him. But yeah. Anyway, you're right.
So
if that's not the case. We don't have him.
I got a question real quick. I know this is totally awesome, but I know we're going into week 5 and Adoree Jackson's out. I don't know when he's coming back, and Bennett's out. If we can't, because I've seen that the trade deadline's in November.
Okay.
So we got a month, pretty much.
All right.
A little bit more than a month. Does Howie go out and get another corner if he doesn't like the positions, like the players that are playing in that position?
There's a couple guys out there right now that he doesn't even have to give anything up for. You got to.
I got
make
one
a phone call.
Well, yeah.
To obviously Asante Samuel Jr., who's I think he said sometime in October he was having his final MRI on his neck, and then he would be receiving phone calls from teams. And the other one's Stephon Gilmore.
Yeah.
I don't know. Stephon's kind of up there in age.
He is, but
he is. There's
if you don't want to give up pieces and you take that shot in the dark, it's like the Phillies taking a shot at David Robertson, another guy who's 40 years old. He came in and he was lights out. You just don't know what happens.
I seen one thing. That's why I asked. There's a corner out there that may be a trade candidate by the deadline.
Who's that?
Tyreek Woolen.
Oh, yeah,
From
from
Seattle.
Seattle.
Okay.
He hasn't played his best stuff this year.
He hasn't, but I did see that as well.
Under Vic Fangio, I think he can possibly do something. But we'll see. That's why I had to ask the question, because
it's gonna be simple as this. Does Vic Fangio like them? If Vic Fangio doesn't like them, they're not coming.
That's true.
Yeah.
The guy that I would like for them to get, it'll take a little bit of work, but they can do it.
Is it the dude that we talked about on Sunday?
I don't remember what we talked about on Sunday. What teams did he play for?
Cleveland?
Yeah. That's him.
Denzel Ward.
So it doesn't take as much work as I thought it would take because he has a player out this year.
Mm-hmm.
So you'd have to re-sign and restructure him, and it ain't going to be cheap. And the Birds do have money, and if they're paying him 13, 12, 13, again, they got some huge bills due in the next couple years.
Sure do.
But the window is now. The teams that go back to back, there ain't that many of them. And I have faith they'll figure out the offense. Ward on the other side of Mitchell. Surratt.
Yeah.
Where's Cleveland going? Nowhere, right?
They got their quarterback 3 showing his ass right now.
Which they just changed their QB for week 5.
Who's starting week 5?
Gabriel.
Gabriel?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so where are you going? You still have to get some you still have to get some assets back for Deshaun Watson because they gave up so many assets.
He's still on the roster?
He's still on the roster. Yeah.
He's just out.
He has a full no-trade guaranteed $250 million contract.
Gross.
So if I'm a team that's coming at them like, look, I know your cupboard is bare. We got some stuff over here. Hey, we'll take Ward off your hands.
Some stuff. We got a whole lot of
trades or picks.
Draft picks.
Yeah, you guys can rebuild.
Well, they need it. They need to rebuild.
They do need to rebuild.
So let me ask you, what would you give up for Denzel Ward?
He's 28. He'll be 29 this year.
I'm asking him the questions now.
You got it. It starts with next year's one. Be honest with you.
Which, the way the team's constructed, I'd be okay with that.
Starts with next year's one and probably a future 2. I'm not giving up more than that. Or future 3. Yeah. I next year's 1 and a future 3. That's what it would take because it's just not going to give him away. So, yeah, that's what I would do. Unless they want a player, and I don't know who that would be. And I don't think they want a player. Now, who's going to help them right now?
Nobody.
Deion Sanders, Joe Montana. Like, there's nobody out there like that. So, yeah, a 1 and a 3 is what I give up for him. And it's possible. You can plug a corner in. Schemes are, at that point, hey, man, just cover the best guy. You don't have to really do a whole hell of a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, it's not like getting a quarterback. So
it's not, right. They know what a cover 2 is.
Yeah.
I mean,
you know what I mean? It's pretty much all the same shit. So, yeah. But we'll see. To answer the first question, though, do you think he'll go out and get a corner? I don't know, man. He's tried 3 times already. It's not like he hasn't tried to, he went to the Raiders and got Bennett. You know what I mean? He signed Adoree Jackson. I mean, we drafted 2 of them.
There's another corner that's in the East that's possibly a potential trade candidate also.
I'm listening.
Diggs from the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah,
because they don't want to. Huh?
They just paid him.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, they'd have to be completely out of contention.
Saying I don't want him though.
Oh no, I don't want him.
I don't want him.
He has not looked good so far.
Which fucking douche nugget over there. He don't know what he's talking about. What's that guy's name? Jerry Jones. That guy.
Oh,
okay, he talks the talk, and I'm happy they ended in a tie. That's for damn sure. Because that was funny as hell.
I've been calling for that for years. What do you want to see out of this game? I hope both teams tend in a tie.
Yep. And they did.
And they ended in a tie. So, yeah.
Yo, 80 points combined in the fucking game.
It's nuts.
Yeah. All right, let's get back on
Oh,
top.
yeah.
That just shows that their defenses are awful.
Oh, what we didn't like, right?
Yeah. So let's talk about what we didn't like. Although we kind of already.
Yeah, I got something else to add.
Okay, go ahead.
AJ Brown. I don't know if it's him. There's two sides to this. I don't know if it's him.
Okay.
But he's really pissing me off with his fucking tweets because it's starting again, just like last year when he was pissed off. Hold on, Joey. You ain't cut me off this time. All right.
Whoa. Okay.
Between that or between the scheme and everything that they're trying to do to get him involved, which I'm leaning towards that, or is it AJ Brown can only run 3 routes anymore?
I'm glad you brought that up. I have thoughts about that, but I'm going to let Jay go first. Jay, what didn't you like?
The entire offense in the second half. I mean, that was just abysmal. There's no question about that. And I'm big on effort, right? I understand. It was 102 degrees. It felt like throughout the game.
Yes.
Yeah, and they probably weren't getting, saved by the sun because we were over here. We had guys holding shit up.
Shout out to
the Eagles
equipment personnel.
Yeah. I don't know who those guys are, but like KD said about his mom, you're the real MVP.
They forgot the white PVC pipes to hold.
Oh man.
They say, yeah, you gotta hold this shit.
How you cannot be prepared for that? I have no idea. But anyway, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Andrew Makuba gave up the big touchdown and almost gave up the game-winning touchdown. If it wasn't for Jahad Campbell, Chris Godwin has a clear-cut touchdown easily. I don't know what he was doing, but Chris Godwin blew past him, and he just jogged after him.
Oh, yeah.
That's your man's. Get behind him. Get yourself in position to make a play on the football. That kind of stuff, especially when the game's on the line, can't happen. It worked out in our favor. We put the pressure on Baker. He rolled out. He tried to force a throw, and Jahad Campbell was there. But if Baker had more time in the pocket, Chris Godwin's open in the middle of the end zone, touchdown.
Yeah, agreed. He clearly has some learning to do. He has all the skills to be the safety that we saw the prior week. That's who he is. But clearly, this wasn't one of his better games. He still played pretty good, but he could have played a lot better. And he needs to shore up some of those things moving forward.
To answer your question, though, Sammy, or what your statement was with A.J. Brown, I don't think it's anything player-wise. I don't think it's anything him-wise. I think this is strictly him beefing with Kevin Patullo. Kevin Patullo's been there since 2021. I did not know that. He's been the passing game coordinator up until now, the offense coordinator this whole time.
This is true.
Sounds like AJ's trying to put some input into the offense, and Kevin Patullo doesn't want to hear it.
I get that, right? But you're trying to get AJ Brown involved. I understand why he's upset. But did you see AJ Brown and Devontae Smith walking into the locker room after the game?
Sure,
Devontae Smith looked pissed the fuck off too.
Sure, but
you gotta get your receivers involved. Man.
Yeah, but it goes back to scheme. You have to scheme guys open.
Is it? Because
yes.
Okay. Can AJ Brown only run 3 routes? That was my main question anymore. Because look at all the top wide receivers anymore. Look at them.
Sure, but
there's they get them open and into the game some way, somehow.
It's scheming your wide receiver open. One of the plays that I watched all 22 tape of, they're playing single man high. A.J. Brown is lined up next to Dallas Goedert. Dallas Goedert's got a cross. A.J. Brown's got a cross. Dallas Goedert knew the ball wasn't coming his way. He jogged his route, and pretty much clogged up that whole middle of the field where A.J. Brown would have been wide the fuck open. Instead, he has to turn and throw a bad pass to Saquon Barkley where there's 3 defenders and Saquon Barkley gets lit up immediately. That's, to me, you got to scheme differently. If you send a simple across the field route for Dallas Goedert, he takes that guy with him. The middle of the field is wide open where A.J. Brown is his best. He's got his guy who's probably going to be trailing him and the one safety up top.
But you're talking about one play, Joey, and I get it. I know the play you're speaking about. But to put this on put a bow on this, you're both right, and that's why I pointed to you when I pointed to you about what you said about the routes, and also about scheming, but they go hand in hand. I'm closer to thinking that you may be onto something. And the reason why I say that is once a receiver gets a little bit older, some of those routes in the route tree do fall off. And if we're being real, we've watched him for a couple of years,
I could tell you his 3 routes.
You know the routes he runs.
Yeah.
It's just that he runs them better than pretty much anybody else.
Yes,
right?
I agree with that.
So if that's the case, then what you have to do is we have to modify that scheme-wise and not fall into a pattern where if we know the routes that he likes to run, guess what? The DC on the other side of this team, he knows that too. And it brings me to a guy that Hall of Fame wide receiver, Larry Fitzgerald. Larry Fitzgerald was a lot like that. And his later years, when he started getting in his 30s and things like that, he lost a step. But you wouldn't know it. The way that they played, they moved Larry everywhere.
Everywhere.
He had different route concepts. He did different things on the field. They figured out ways to get him the ball because they had no choice. He was option A and B. The only time he wasn't is when Anquan Bolden was there. But other than that, he was option A and B. So we got to figure out ways to get Larry the ball. So do I think his route tree has gotten smaller? Absolutely. Can they help him?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So.
Do they need to? Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Because honestly, like watching this Buccaneers game, that's all you seen was his 3 routes.
Pretty much.
In motion, slant across the middle.
I was shocked when I saw him in motion.
A go route or a 10-yard comeback route.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I seen. I didn't see anything else from him.
Yeah, he tried to stop and go, but didn't really work.
Well, yeah. Well,
the one that was overthrown.
Yeah.
Jalen had 2
but that's
bad
the thing.
overthrows.
I like that, though. It's different than the 3 other fucking routes that he was running the first 3 games.
I want to hit on that in a second, too.
But that's what I'm saying. The go route. Okay. Maybe next time they try it again. Maybe it works. Jalen Hurts throws it, into his breadbasket. I don't know. But it's just, you got to start working his different ways. That's all I got to say.
Absolutely. Before we take our break, I want to ask you guys one question, and that is, we saw the run that Jalen made down the sideline, where he almost scored. I saw it. Oh, as I was watching it. Did you see how he got up?
Yeah. I think he played with a concussion.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either, but he did look a little wheezy.
He looked a little woozy when he got up, right?
Yeah.
And if you notice, other than the shovel to Goddard, he didn't do pretty much anything else after that, right? I'm not sure he completed a pass even in that part of the game after that. I can't remember.
I don't think so because I'm pretty sure when we were all watching it together, I think Joey said it. He was like, "Oh, who's up next? Sam Howell or McKee?" Remember we were talking about that?
Absolutely. And the reason why I'm thinking that is because even some of the, whether they were schemed up, forced, or whatever, some of the throws that he made were like really bad. Like he hadn't made those kind of throws in a long time. Like that, the previous week, he had that same route to AJ and he dropped it right in the bucket. The other one went 5 yards over his head. Like it wasn't even close. So I'm not putting it out there saying he had a concussion, but I wouldn't be shocked if he did. Great job, boys. We're going to take a short break and we'll be right back.
What's up, fellas? Appreciate you letting a Giants fan sneak on the pod for a quick second here. Big thanks to showing love to my brand, by the way, Shore Golf Company. We're all about bringing the beach vibes to the golf course, laid back gear for those who like to sit back, relax, and swing. Proud to keep it local, repping the shore and supporting each other. Even if we don't agree on football, we can all agree on clean golf fits. Appreciate the exposure, boys. I would love to join you sometime for some NFL analysis, whether we're talking NFC East or the NFL as a whole. Keep killing it, gentlemen. Later.
And we're back. Moving on to week 5, the Denver Broncos. We were supposed to do a recap of our picks from our first preseason pod to say whether we thought that they were going to lose to the Broncos or not. I'm pretty sure we all had this a win, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Sammy, you had it a win?
I think so. I want to say yes.
All right.
Yeah, because I think at this point we all had the same record.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So
Which we all turned out to be wrong for the better. But
for the better. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we played the Broncos this week. We all had it as a win. They are who I thought they were going to be. What's their record, Sammy?
2-2.
2-2?
2-2.
Yep.
Okay. They play in a tough division, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. That division itself is going to be a gauntlet for them.
Yeah, I mean they started off the first game with the Titans, then they faced the Colts, then the Chargers, and then the Bengals last night. So.
Yeah. So it's going to get a lot harder for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, facing the Chiefs, the Chargers twice, and even the Raiders ain't cakewalks. Week 5 Broncos. They won last week. What was the score against the Broncos? Against the Bengals?
Last night? 28-3.
28-3. I think Bo Nix had
Oh, he had a game.
He had a game?
Yeah.
Bo Nix did indeed a ball out.
He
29 of 42 for 326, 2 tutties and an interception.
Yo, he threw the ball 40 times?
Yes.
42
Yo, and that's not, bro, hold on. And I got to say this because that's not only him throwing the ball 42 times. They ran the ball. J.K. Dobbins had 16 carries, and the rookie, R.J. Harvey, had 14 carries.
Damn.
And J.K. Dobbins had over 100 yards rushing.
They rushed for a combined 186 yards.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Those poor Bengals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can assure you. I mean, I can't assure you, but I'm pretty sure that ain't happening against the Birds. But the Bengals are just bad. You know?
No, but what can happen is Bo Nix.
Bo Nix.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about it. That is what we saw from the Broncos yesterday. Yeah. Well, we always start with how can the Birds beat this team? Obviously, he can sling it, and they can run it a little bit.
Pause. Go ahead.
Pause.
Sorry.
Whoa.
Oh, sorry.
Shout out to Bo Nix. So we know all that. How can the Birds beat the Broncos?
Getting to Bo Nix and stopping Bo Nix Easy as that.
You think he's ahead of this? Think you cut him off and they are no more?
Yes, J.K. Dobbins is a good runner.
They've been having a little issue with the run lately, too.
We have.
So, but, ain't going to be 100 degrees on Sunday.
Exactly. No, it's actually supposed to be cool on Sunday.
Good.
So
I'll try anything at this point.
But the thing is yes, they got Cortland Sutton, but you stick Quinyon Mitchell on them, you see what happens with Quinyon Mitchell on top receivers in the league. And then, they have Marvin Mims and Troy Franklin, but to me, they're not no names, but they're not a top receiver in the league.
No, Mims is your typical burner.
Yeah.
And
Troy Franklin.
Got to watch the deep ball with that.
He's like your slot receiver. But between that and I feel that's what is leaning towards me on how we can lose the game.
Who did they lose to? You said they were 2-2, right?
Yeah.
Who did they lose to?
The Colts.
The Colts
And
the Chargers.
Chargers, yeah.
They lost to Chargers by 3. They lost to the Colts by 1.
Yeah.
Damn.
That was the wonky penalty.
Yep.
Put the Colts 5 yards closer.
Yeah.
Yep. So, like I said, Bo Nix, he's been on fire this year so far. And he can get out of the pocket too. So it's just like we stop him. I see we can win that game. But my other thing on how we could lose this game.
Yeah, because at this point, just go ahead and
I'm kind of just going back and forth
on
how we can lose this game also is if we come out how we did. I feel like I'm repeating myself from last week with our offense. If we come out how we ended the game last week, we're not beating them. Just because in the second half, we couldn't get our offense going.
It's true.
Barkley still hasn't had a game. Yeah, he's had, I think, his highest rushing was like 80-something yards maybe. He hasn't gotten past 100.
He's done that a couple times in a quarter.
Yeah. And last week, he's averaged 2.3 yards a carry. Yes, the Buccaneers' front line is pretty good. But the Broncos' defense is really good. So, I think they're missing a few guys, like their middle linebacker. I can't remember his name, but they're missing, Greenlaw.
Oh.
Yeah, from the Niners, yeah.
From the Niners.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
so he's not playing, I don't think. But their defense is good. So, that's all I got to say.
Yeah, as far as running the ball, next week we will have a former offensive lineman on the show. Well, at least he said he was going to be on the show next week. So, NFL offensive lineman. So we're going to talk about the run game. Joey, how can they win and how can they lose?
They win this game simply by playing complete football. We said it earlier. If they play complete football, there's no team in the NFL that can hang with them.
Okay.
It's as simple as that. You have to have and specifically offensively, you have to play a complete game of football. The Denver Broncos defense is good. They got the best. They have the reigning defensive player of the year.
That they do.
And Patrick Surtain. By no means is whoever he's covered by by no means will it be a walk in the park. But if you do the things you need to do, if you start to scheme differently and just it doesn't matter it doesn't matter if it's AJ Brown, Dallas Goedert, Smitty, John Mechie, whoever the fuck's out there. If you can scheme them to get the ball open and get them in their hands, they can make plays and I think we'll pull out a victory. And Mailata said something, I think it was today or yesterday, about the offense. He said they weren't getting to the line fast enough. And they weren't playing together well enough. It's not something we're accustomed to seeing with our offensive line. It's just not. So hopefully they nail that down in practice And if he was saying that they weren't seeing the defense well enough because they weren't getting to the offensive, they weren't getting to the line of scrimmage fast enough. A simple adjustment like that can make the world of a difference, especially for the run game.
I agree.
So hopefully they can get that taken care of, and we see a Saquon type game. How they can lose this game is by doing what the fuck they did in the second half. You're not going to be able to keep getting away with it. Bucks had a good front. Secondary is okay. Denver's got a good front, and they have a good secondary. To be able to beat a team who's playing complete football on the other side, just like our defense is, you have to be accurate. How we lose this game is also, like Sammy said, letting Bo Nix just tear it up. Granted, the Bengals defense is atrocious. I don't think he's going to be... I certainly fucking hope he does not throw him for 326 yards. Yeah, I don't see it happening. Not with Quinion and Cooper DeJean back there and the bald eagle, Zach Bond. You got to contain him. If you can limit him scrambling, I think you have a good shot of getting to him. Coverage sacks. If you can contain Bo Nix, I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, I'm not going to regurgitate what you guys said. All of that is true. They definitely can lose by letting Bo Nix get hot. I don't think he's Matt Stafford level quarterback, but he ain't no slouch. I don't think he's what we saw against the Bengals, but I don't know if he ain't too far from that either. No, the boy can play, So yeah, that's definitely the way that I think they can lose. How they can win is simple. I don't even need you to be world beaters. I just need you to be consistent.
Playing the Eagles brand of football.
7-play drive, one time kick a field goal, another 9-play drive, get a tutty. Just no terrible 3-and-outs. And
you know what's crazy? Obviously, the offense is our focal point today, and how terrible it was in the second half. We are now through 4 games, and we are 11 for 11 in red zone opportunities.
Thanos. They get the Infinity Stone at some point.
It's insane. But we got to be able to do that consistently.
That's how they win. How they lose is not doing that. That's pretty simple. So we could put a bow on that.
If your offense...
No pun intended. We can put a bow on that.
If your offense is...
Saw what I did there, Sammy?
I seen that.
If your offense is 3-and-out, at some point your defense is going to get gassed.
Yeah.
So you got to help your defense out.
It was real close to that happening this week, boy. I saw them boys over there. They was looking at the tent guys like, come on, fellas. We need some help. Yeah. So, moving on. We have been all over the place with breakout players. We've gotten it right a couple of times. Sometimes we've been completely fucking around. So I'm gonna start it with you this time, J.A. Who you think? I know that's Sammy Shop. Who you think you're gonna have for the breakout player of this week?
Number 6, D. Smitty. For whatever reason it is, Smitty loves competition. And we saw it a couple years ago in Denver, where he lined up on PS2 and had a hell of a fucking touchdown.
Yeah.
I just see it happening again. Smitty's, I love him because as bad as things can be at times, and last week was that,
yeah,
the man doesn't, if he does it internally and keeps it on the wraps, cool. You don't see nothing in the media about this cat, yo. And I truthfully think he's just another one of those guys who loves football.
He's a dog.
And that's all he wants to do is play football.
Yeah.
He's not wrapped up in all this other bullshit.
You wouldn't tell by his walk-in outfits, but that boy loves football. I think he does too.
So,
And if it wasn't for football, he'd probably be a model. Sorry.
The Devontae Smith collection
but,
by Devontae Smith.
but yeah, I see Smitty being a breakout player
What you
this
got?
week.
What you got for stats? What you got?
7 for 90 and 2 tutties.
Whoa, that's a
2 tutties.
Ooh, skinny Batman gonna do his thing. Okay, I'm gonna go this time because I was gonna pick Smitty too. But if I come off the top of the dome, I'm gonna go on the defensive side of the ball, and I think our boy Zadarius Smith gets a sack and a half this week. That's what I'm going with.
D. Smith.
Yeah, I think we're going with Zadarius Smith on this one. I think he has, because I watched the tape on him last week too, and he was close.
Yeah, he
so many times.
He played
bro.
well, man. But again, that goes back to he's up there in age. What, 33, 32?
Yeah,
Playing well.
that heat was probably kicking his ass.
But it is 2 different positions. But there's guys who are up there in age. Sometimes age is just a number.
You're talking to the oldest person on the podcast, buddy. So yeah, you're absolutely right. You know what I mean? Well, yeah, I got
Eagles took a chance with him, and so far it's playing.
So
out
far,
in
it's
our
worked
favor.
out. I got my boy Z Smith going for a sack and a half.
But they just put their edge rusher on IR today.
Who?
Obo Abaki, whatever.
No, you talking about the Broncos?
Eagles.
Oh, the Eagles. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Who?
The one,
Yeah.
the one from the Giants.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
He messed up his tricep again,
So
or bicep. I don't know.
So Z Smith, you really got to do your thing, boy.
Well, okay, so N'Kobe Dean posted in the offseason, or just before the season started, see you week 5.
Mm-hmm.
I was about to get to that.
If he does play, I see another young star who can play the defensive end position, and Jahad Campbell.
Sammy, go.
You said it. I think he is going to play. And because we're losing edge rushers left and right, it seems like, with Nolan Smith and now whatever his name is, I think if that's going to play and they do want to start N'Kobe Dean, that's if they do.
Even if it's not in a starting position,
Yes, I put
Jahad Campbell
on
is
the
so
edge.
versatile that you can come up with a few packages where all 3 of them are on the field and he can get after the quarterback because he does it really fucking well.
Yeah.
So,
But
my bad for stealing your
no, you're good. You're good. But he also plays the linebacker position great.
Very well.
You've
Yeah,
seen his
absolutely.
first interception.
He could do, and Vic Fangio likes taking that defensive end and dropping him into a zone. So if that's the case, what better guy to do so?
Yeah, no, I agree.
Well, in his presser today, Vic said he could not foresee Dean taking Jahad Campbell's spot when he came back. Now, that could be BS. That could be we got to find the spots to take him. Or that could mean that the reason why he can't foresee him taking his spot because the spot could be moved.
Exactly.
So,
Vic Fangio I love
very,
the way he.
very cryptic.
Yeah,
You don't really know what he means by that.
And that man's a fucking Phillies fan, bro.
Yeah, man. He said it today. As soon as he sat down, magic number 11.
I love that guy.
First thing he said. So, I agree. I don't know how it's going to play out, but they losing edge rusher, so.
And I'm sorry, Vic. I think you have to start. Not saying you have to, but I think there's a good chance you need to play N'Kobe Dean. You've seen what he did.
Sure.
Last year with Zach Bond. Just the chemistry until he got hurt. I understand you bring a rookie and use your first round pick. But this first round pick, you can move him wherever you want to move him.
And while I think Campbell is very intelligent, I think Nakobe Dean's the smartest person on the defense. I think he's even smarter than Zach Brown. Zach Brown's he's instinctive and all that, but
Yeah.
He was Mike linebacker for a reason.
yeah, I think he's the smartest person on the defense. So,
But, we'll see what happens. And it's going to be his first game back. I'm sure he might even be on a snap count.
Yeah.
So
yeah, could be.
we'll see what happens.
I got my breakout. Here we go.
Go ahead.
Talk to me.
This is the last time I'm giving this motherfucker a breakout, and it's going to be A.J. Brown.
Oh, my gosh.
All right.
He's breaking out so much he's broke.
Yeah. Maybe I should probably stop doing it.
Spinal.
Because every time I
Spinal. Okay.
I don't even know. Week 2. I don't think I had A.J. Brown as my breakout player, and he kind of went off, so.
I don't remember who did. We should probably listen to our podcast.
Yeah, we probably should. But
You may have had Saquon week 2.
I don't remember,
I
honestly.
think I did have Saquon.
Yeah.
I'll just go A.J. Brown.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Give him a stat line.
I mean, listen, after all the
stat
commotion.
line?
Yeah, give him a stat line.
4 receptions, 21 yards.
But hey,
So pretty much the same.
Yeah. Nah,
you might be right after all the commotion.
I don't know. Listen, man, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of this shit. Get this man involved. Get the wide receiver, the scheme, the tree, everything going. And my stat line to end this goddamn conversation before it pisses me off even more, I'm going to go 5 for 70 and a touchdown.
That's 21 points right there between the two wide receivers. I'll take that.
But, you're right. Get the ball in his hands. You saw it in the Rams game.
Yeah.
You got the ball in his hands. Their offense changed completely. The Rams' defense changed completely. You got to figure it out.
No, you have a good point, because then look what they tried to do last week. They tried to force the ball and double coverage to him. Wasn't happening.
Didn't work.
So,
all right,
that's it. What else we got?
We're gonna wrap it up. Got the game predictions.
Let's go Birds, baby.
Scores. Sammy C, I am starting with you this time. What do you got for a game prediction? Give your score.
34-28 Eagles.
High scoring game.
Have to.
Almost 5 tutties.
Every single game that the Broncos have played, they've scored over 20 points. 2 games they've scored up to 28 points.
34-28.
Yeah.
Okay.
Eagles hold 3.5 on them too. So that's now.
That's it. 3.5.
Uh-huh. I'm telling you.
That's a rat line. I don't like that line. 3.5 at home. We'll get to that. Jay?
Something similar kind of to the last 2 weeks. Somewhere between 31 and 33 to 20 to 26.
I didn't understand a word of that.
Birds are taking a win.
Okay.
Birds are taking a win. They got to score 30 points to win this game.
So give me the score.
30-24.
Okay.
How the fuck they scored 30?
You can score 27 and then kick a field goal.
Oh, yeah.
You can do that. It's not easy.
Damn, I fucked my shit up then. I said 34. They're getting a safety or some shit.
No.
No?
You can still do it. Yeah. The weird scores are always end in 5. As long as it's an even number, you can do it.
Yeah, that would have been weird if I said like 33.
Yeah, that's a weird one. That's a scoregami.
What do you got, Derek?
I should have prepped for this.
Well, I probably messed you up with the 3.5.
Yeah, now I can't stop thinking about it because it did kind of mess me up. Because the home team gets 3 anyway.
And they're only giving them a half.
And they're only giving them a half?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of...
By the way, you can score 3 touchdowns and 3 field goals. There's your 30.
Copy.
Thank you.
Thanks, Stat.
I'm going 28. I'm going 28-21. Think the Birds get, again, 4 tutties is going to have to do it. And I think they see a different team than they've seen all year. I'm talking about the Broncos. I don't think they will have faced anybody as good as the Birds defense all comes down to whether the Birds can score. And that's another thing that I think they have not prepared for. And it's something we talked about on, I believe, on our very first Reggie and Jerome podcast. And that was, you have to be prepared for getting the opponent's absolute best game. You're the champs. They are coming. These teams, pause, they going at you like crazy because you're the champs.
They're going to throw the kitchen sink at you.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So,
Vic Fangio, I think he's going to do a good job. And Bo Nix is year 2.
Yeah.
There's still a lot that Bo Nix has to see. And I think Vic Fangio can scheme pretty well and give him some different looks, change some things up, and play another great defensive game.
No doubt. Fellas, another great pod.
How many, this might be a stat. The way the season's going, this might be something we have to throw in there. How many heart attacks we going to have during this game?
Well, I have taken over 27 heart medication pills so far, so it will go up. There have not been, we haven't had one where we could just be like, man, kick our feet up in the fourth quarter.
Shoot the shit.
I was going to say, well, we did kick our feet up. That was first 2 quarters.
Right, first 2 quarters last week. Yeah, we was feeling good.
And then we put our feet down. We're like, oh my God.
Yeah. But that's why we do this, right?
Yep.
4-0 Birds. We love them.
A win is a win is a win.
Sometimes we hate them, but we're always there for them.
And I'll tell y'all, shout out to y'all for listening, man.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to everybody for listening.
Without y'all, this doesn't exist. And,
nah. You know what? It exists, but it exists in a different way.
In a different manner.
Yeah, we appreciate all the love that we get, but you're just hearing what we do while we're watching the game in a different format with microphones on. So, like I said, it just so happens, and it still amazes me that people want to listen to us do it. So, thanks, like Sammy said. Thanks, everybody, for supporting. Thanks to everybody for listening. And as we get out of here, we do what we always do.
Go
Birds. We out.